Hey, good afternoon, y'all. This is Reverend Stevie Kraft sitting here in the Rev Mobile on 2 days after my birthday. I turned 79 October 10th. Somebody thought I was turning 80, but they was 1 day off and a year late. But anyhow, I'm here talking about something that was brought to my attention yesterday. That was the story of former Representative Tulsi Gabbard leaving the Democrat Party. And quiet as it's kept, I am so amazed, but so glad that she did. And I'm saying that as a black minister who is a Bible-thumping conservative that comes against all this craziness. I thank God that this woman has taken a stand to leave the Democratic Party. And to be honest with you, I don't know her, but I have heard of her. And to be honest with you guys and gals, I don't believe that Tulsi Gabbard was ever a Democrat in her heartfelt beliefs, which are definitely in total conflict with the Democrat Party. And as you all see, I'm wearing one of my t-shirts, Stop White Hate, Stop White Self-Loathing. And one of the points that she made was simply this. She has accused the Democrat Party of stoking white racist anti-white racism using CRT and false 1619 project, as well as coming against religion. And I'm a minister of the gospel. And when I see the Democrat Party stoking white hatred for whites with this idea of whiteness, whatever that's supposed to mean, because that's saying that God made a mistake when he created the races. That's what true diversity is. God created the races, white, black, Hispanic, Asian, or whatever. So when somebody gets to talking about we've got to come down against whites and the idea of whiteness and white privilege and all these things, when the truth of the matter is God has created all races. So I thank God that she's coming against this anti-white racism using CRT and the 1619 project that the Democrats are doing, and also this anti-police rhetoric of defund the police, like these liberals are trying to do now to turn people against law enforcement, which law enforcement is necessary, because without law enforcement, without law enforcement, we have lawlessness. That's very dangerous, especially for the black community. So I thank God for her. I don't know if she's going to go independent or the Republican Party, and really, I don't care. What I do care about that is she is taking a convicting, principled stand against the Democrat Party. The Democrat Party that started the Ku Klux Klan. The Democrat Party that kept Jim Crow going for over 100 years. It's obvious to me that she's a person of principle that is willing to stand and calling other people out of their spirit of fear to come out of that wicked Democrat Marxist party, because that's what it is. It's controlled by the Marxists, the communists, and it has totally lost the respect. As a black man, I grew up in the Democrat Party. My parents, I'm 79 years old. My parents were lifelong Democrats. Most black people are Democrats. But I cannot understand why any black person today would hold fast to the Democrat Party when the Democrat Party is controlled by nothing but a bunch of elitist, Marxist, communist people who want to destroy the most free and blessed nation in the world. And if we lose America, the world will fall like a stack of dominoes. So this guy who's sitting in the White House, I don't even call him the president. I call him the resident of the White House. He campaigned, if I remember correctly, on a message of unity. He campaigned on a message of healing the nation and blamed Donald Trump for all the problems. But how many of you know, in 1 year, that man has done more damage to the United States? I was paying $2 and some change for a gallon of gas. Now it's up to $4. So all these Democrats, what do you think of your so-called president now? You know, he was the one that brought all this craziness now, where you have young people killing themselves, young people who don't know if they're men or women, talking about young people who are so confused now, they don't know from one day if they're male or female, and all other kind of crazy nonsense. I am the chaplain of Camp Constitution. We stood against some of this nonsense where every Tom, Dick, and Harry wanted to fly their flags, from communist flags to homosexual flags to transgender flags and every other kind of crazy flag. But we stood against that at the Supreme Court level with the case of Shurtleff versus City of Boston. And because we stood on principle, we won that lawsuit at the highest court in the land, the United States Supreme Court, and won that case 9-0. That's what it takes now. People of character, people of principle, people who will stand for the truth. So I stand with Tulsi Gabbard. I give her the utmost respect. And whether she comes in the Republican Party or not, I encourage her to stand true to her principles. We have to come together as whites, blacks, Hispanics, Asians. We have to come together, people that have common sense, people who love America. A couple days ago was Columbus Day, Monday, which is my birthday, October 10th. And I went down and stood with the Italians. I'm not Italian, obviously, but I stood with the Italians, and they asked me to speak on these issues of racism and all this craziness and all this bad press they've given Christopher Columbus. But yet Christopher Columbus brought the gospel to the United States of America, and therefore I thank him. How can people decide that they're going to judge somebody who was living in 1492 based on what they think in 2022? That is pure nonsense. So I applaud Tulsi Gabbard. I will stand with her. I wish her the most godly success in whatever she does, because where righteousness exalts a nation, but sin is a reproach to any people. And I thank God for her, and she can take that to the bank. That's Reverend Stephen Kraft is saying to her, be strong, young lady, be strong. Continue to do what you're doing, because God has a great plan for your life, because you are standing for truth and not falsehood. This is the Reverend Stevie Kraft. You can hear more from me on www.reverendstephencraft.com. God bless you all. Have a good day.